Welcome back, everybody. IGN Live from Comic-Con 2016. I'm Damon, this is Eric. We are joined by the cast of The Flash. Grant here is The Flash himself. Tom Cavanagh has been Dr. Wells, may or may not be Dr. Wells in the future. It's a little...
It's in England.
Right.
It's unclear.
Who knows? Jesse L. Martin is Joe, Barry's adopted father. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Thank you, man.
Season 3 is back October 4th, where we left things off. At the end of Season 2, pretty much leaves anything possible.
Well, yeah, even as he was saying, is his adoptive father. I was like,
but
is he?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm very curious how this interview will go, because what can you say? I mean, he made such a huge choice at the end of last season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And you know, what can you say about when we pick up and when and how we might pick up following those events?
Well, we've announced the Flashpoint storyline, and we all know that Flashpoint is a very different world. So I think the most obvious thing that will happen is Barry's got two parents in this world. And then, yeah, because of that, everything else that changed when he was a kid is not the same anymore. So his lifestyle is just kind of him and his family. So the whole life we've had the first two seasons has been seriously altered.
Is that just a trip for you, all of you guys? You know, it's only year 3 of the show, and now it's like, right now at least, you're resetting everything you've done?
Yeah. I mean, it's...
I'll say, I think it's, when we first started on it, we came out of the gate so quickly, it felt like in terms of story, like it just seemed like there's Captain Cole, like just all of a sudden, big plastic, there's all these things that are happening so quickly, and at one point, I said to these guys, like, are we all worried about story? And Greg Berlanti said, verbatim, he's like, there's always more story. And that's one of the joys of doing this show, is like, there's like decades worth of stuff. Like just the fact that now we're doing Flashpoint. You know, and there's I think about all the other stuff that's out there. Personally, I find it, as opposed to like repeating the same thing. It's just like one of the great things about this show is like, here's the next episode and the next episode, we're not standing still, we're moving. And I like that, I think it's cool.
It's amazing that we get these characters that we think might just be this person, right? And then suddenly a plot twist happens and we're completely different people. Like completely different people with completely different relationships. You don't usually get a show where you get to do that kind of thing. I mean, the stuff that I've gotten to do with both of these guys because of that is really interesting to me as an actor. Like, I suddenly have a different relationship with him, and I have a different relationship with him. Every time he shows up, I'm like, something about that face, I don't know.
Do I trust
different guy.
That's the thing about Joe. It's like, I was thinking about the fact that, you know, it's a very different thing to say, oh, that's the son of my good friend, than I raised this boy. So, yeah, for you guys, because it's a relationship that people really know and love, is it strange for you to, okay, now we have to have, like, maybe a little distance there?
That's strange.
Yeah, well, and I will say that, like, Flashpoint, it won't, like, there's ramifications throughout the whole season, but it won't necessarily last as long as some people are expecting it to last, I guess. But there are permanent effects for on the rest of the show. So, you know, there's not a complete departure from all the relationships that have existed.
Teaser.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent teaser, though, right?
Teaser.
There was some info in there, though, like sandwiched in there. Yeah, it was like,
Year 3, you're getting really good at that. You know?
The media training is strong.
Yeah, cool.
That's right. It's relevant now,
Because you know, I was even thinking, like, you know, preparing for this interview, I'm like, well, last time we saw Wells and his daughter, they were taken off back for where they were from. But yeah, none of that, in the premiere at least, we shouldn't expect that anything we last saw would be that.
You shouldn't expect anything.
Never
expectations are a mistake.
Something will be airing, hopefully. But
there is a TV show that we're a week and a half into shooting. Yes, we have.
After that, no promises. All bets are off.
We're still making the Flash.
We know that we will see Wally has Kid Flash in this version. Is that fun for you to get? They keep throwing some other speedsters alongside.
No, I love it. Yeah, it's really cool. I love Keenan, and the first time we were in the suit, it was. I mean, it's cool for him, and knowing what that moment was like for me, I appreciated it for him for sure. But I mean, and then we had a moment together where we both got to do speedster things. So we had some fun together. It was cool. I was teaching him how to do my slide-in stuff, actually.
You know, at this point, you know, when I think about it, though, all of you already had played at least one different version of your character, especially after last season or two. But this guy, he's like the master of it. He's played like a half dozen. So at
27 different.
So at this point, it just doesn't faze you at all when you're like, okay, what's this?
There's a number that are official. And then there's about another 27 or so that are like unofficial versions that I do.
You just do it home privately for yourself.
The Christopher Walken one that we all enjoyed, but
Yes.
it was like, for example. So yeah, there's
Hasn't
a
made the camera yet, though.
voice did briefly.
Did slip in there.
It did slip in. Yeah. This is annoying right there, I'm sure, for the people who are watching. But anyway, they're so funny. I love it. I love the fact that there's not often that you can sign on to a show and be given new avenues with ostensibly what is supposed to be the same character, but it's a completely different person. So many different times that you take to the stage. It's I think, as Jesse was saying, like playing the differences and moving through stuff as opposed to just repeating the same thing is thrilling. Certainly for an actor, it's amazing. It's a great opportunity.
It'll be very interesting to see where Barry and Iris's relationship is when we come back.
Yeah.
The show is very mean to people who have always been shipping, hoping they'll get together.
Very mean. I like that. You just threw that. The show's mean.
It almost gets them together, and then the show's
It's
just like,
completely personal. It's completely personal.
There's my card.
in that one aspect. People really want to see them get together.
Yeah. No, I feel your pain. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
But I feel they've gotten to like.
Yeah, calm down.
Come on, they have. We've seen this. We've seen them express their love.
Yeah.
We don't
This
give
is
up.
smart
Don't give up
television
hope.
I'm going to keep
Don't
hope.
give up
Be
hope.
hopeful.
There are some people who think, Barry, was it a very selfish move to do what
Yeah,
he did,
totally.
given the ramifications of it? What do you think about that?
I don't think Barry makes any decision lightly. So I think that if it was a selfish decision, and it's it was in its own way, that that'll weigh on him heavily, and he'll try to make up for his bad choices. He does not have a clear conscience ever. I'll say that much.
Okay.
That's great.
Just
Wait. Could never be happier.
So I have to ask you guys, have they given you any heads up on what we should expect from this insane 4-show crossover that you are doing?
December.
I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to talk about any aspect of that other than it's happening.
Right?
Luckily, I don't know anything about it. Other than it's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossovers happening this season, and there's a big one with all the shows happening.
Are you excited about the possibilities of just the character interactions? I mean, it's always so exciting to see characters we haven't seen together.
Yeah.
So now you've got even more possibilities.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's
I keep hoping somehow I get to reunite with Callista.
Yeah.
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 Well, there's other
But now
Jeremy
you said it
too,
on
like-
camera. So
Yeah,
now
you said
that on camera,
Now
so-
I feel that has to
And
happen.
then you say it's as if we knew each other in another life. And
Totally.
there you go.
You know where I'm going with
Sing a story here.
Work it all out. Yeah.
Very good. Flash comes back October 4th for season 3. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Stay tuned. Much more to come from day 3 of Comic-Con on IGN Live after this. Bring it in, everybody. IGN Live here at Comic-Con. My name is definitely Damon Hatfield. I'm Eric Goldman. We are joined by the cast of Arrow, Emily, Stephen, David. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be here. Where we left things off, you've defeated Damien Dark. Digla's re-enlisted. Oliver is mayor, and it's just Oliver and Felicity left on the team, it seems like.
Fighting for our lives.
Yeah, where are we going to pick up with next
The
season?
whole first episode is a long Skype call between Diggle and I.
Whoa.
It's very romantic. Yeah, he won't call me back. I'm pretending it doesn't bother me, but
I'm
it
married,
bothers me a
Oliver.
lot.
I'm married.
Are there Skype-themed flashbacks to tie into it?
No, there are Russian-themed flashbacks that have nothing to do with the Skype call that doesn't happen.
Oh, all right.
Although there is a Skype call.
There is. There actually
Never
is.
mind.
That's
I
it.
made that up.
But not perhaps 44 minutes of that.
No.
I'd watch that. I would watch that show.
Same, yeah. I would do it, at least a web series, right?
Well, we could film it in a day. That would help things.
Less stunts. There is no Team Arrow right now.
No, there is.
There is.
There is.
Well, it's different.
another version.
Yeah, duo Arrow. Yeah.
It's become a very professional team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're getting into
This
some different
relationship you're
stuff,
talking about?
Yeah, I'm fired up. We have a scene in the first episode which I really, really enjoy because Emily has an opinion, and I have an opinion, or Felicity has an opinion, and Oliver has an opinion, and we really go at it in terms of like disagreeing, and I loved the scene. We like high-fived afterwards.
Yeah, it was really cool. We started working it, and then we were like, wow, that really turned into something completely different than what we had read.
Yep, true story.
So, right now, it's just Felicity and Oliver. You know, is he just okay? There's a mission, we got to do it, and focused on that, or is there an attempt to get everyone to come back?
I want the original team to come back.
Yeah.
I want Thea and John to come back. Felicity wants Oliver to recruit a new team because Oliver's actions at the conclusion of season 4 and Genesis Day, which is what we're calling what happened with Damien Dark, has inspired a lot of vigilantes within Star City.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she wants to move forward in a new direction, and I want things to stay the same.
Traitor.
But you do get some of those new team members, right?
We do. We're bringing in Madison McLaughlin, Echo, and Rick Gonzalez. Yeah.
Wild Dog. I believe.
Well,
They're all killing it.
Yeah.
By the way, he's a vigilante that wears a hockey mask.
Ah, see,
Oddly
that's
enough.
pointers for him on that front.
I know what you're talking
All
about.
right. So, meanwhile, you know, is Diggle pretty happy where he is, or is there a part of him thinking, I got to get back? And
Diggle's still conflicted. Diggle is still a man of two minds, I think. I think he's settled where he is in terms of just getting away from the team, but he misses it. He still misses his family. This is his surrogate family to a certain degree, so he still misses that. But he has to find himself. Has to find out exactly why he pulled that trigger, and he still feels responsible for Canary's death. So there's a lot that's still going on with him emotionally.
I have to ask about a certain appearance by Cody Rhodes that will be happening, and if you can say anything about his character. It sounds like he'll be an antagonist at the least.
We fight.
You fight.
We fight.
Yes.
I wanted to, bringing the show to its roots.
Thank you so much.
We have this one.
You worked it in.
We have this one soundbite today that is driving Emily crazy.
So we should make the headline to
but
this. Arrow, go back.
One of the reasons that I really, really like Cody's character is because he is a spin on something that exists in the Berlanti universe, but it's very Arrow-centric. It's an Arrow-verse version of something that we've seen a lot. I'll tell you off the air.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Off the air.
Felicity last year was a little push and pull because she had a sort of corporate job more than ever,
Yes.
and then her sort of
Got
super.
fired from her own company.
Yeah. At this point, is she just leaving that behind her, even if they're hiding underneath the headquarters?
I still think that she has this goal to sort of, she's got that chip in her back.
Yeah.
A lot has happened to the girl
Yes.
in the last little bit. But I think she does want to proceed with sort of making that distributable to the public and making it affordable and accessible. But in the meantime, Starling City and trying to get Oliver back on track with getting a new team together and having him face what the reality of our team is and having him not just only work alone because he'll be in imminent danger.
Yeah.
That's taking up a lot of her time. I don't know if she sleeps or goes to therapy, but I'm sure she has nightmares.
Felicity's Therapist could be another web series.
Right?
Yeah.
I could I'm gonna forget that show with Lisa Kudrow.
With
Web therapy.
Yeah.
It's literally called web. Oh God.
The web show about the therapist.
Oh, what is it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, she could do that. I would watch that.
I think a lot of people
Just
would
like
watch.
we could pair it with the Skype call web series that
that'd
we
be
had.
nice.
We're coming up with a lot of digital content here, CW. I hope you're listening.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yes.
What can you tell us about this new villain, Tobias Church, played by Chad Coleman?
Yeah, Chad's great.
Yeah, he's silly. I like him.
He and I fought in a confined space recently.
Really?
It was lovely.
Nice.
And then you started filming the show, and it went really well.
Yeah, and then they were like, "You guys have to go to set now." We're like,
Fine. Yeah.
No, Chad's great. He's been a really nice addition. Tobias Church is a formidable gangster, and one of the things that that he's doing is he's really, like, again, because of all the things that have happened in Star City, and that's really what we're focusing on this year. The mobs have risen up, and he has risen up to the top of that.
Yeah. Well, he's someone that Oliver kind of created, or at least influenced, right?
Nope. No, we're
No?
gonna find that person later.
Oh, okay.
See, the influences are maybe you're on the track of the new vigilantes.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It. Okay.
Yeah, there's Oliver's actions, especially in season 1 of the show, and I think the show will go on past season 5. Mark Pedowitz. I looked right into the camera.
Yeah, that was good though.
I don't know.
No, I think the show will go on beyond this season, but this really is, we really are closing a chapter because this was envisioned and pitched as a 5-year story, especially as it relates to the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And the villain, the eventual villain that we find this year is a result of Oliver's actions when he returned to Star City at the beginning of the series.
I see.
And that is how we're bringing it back to basics.
Back to basics.
You don't sing any Christina Aguilera. Next time you say that, I will be so mad.
Want to get dirty?
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
So a wonderful go-to comedy in this world is seeing Diggle's reaction to The Flash and other bigger-than-life things.
Yeah.
We know that there is a crazy 4-series crossover coming. Have you guys heard any details on that? Will we get to see Diggle see a certain Girl of Steel, perhaps, and how he reacts?
I'm sure the brains are working deep in a room as to how Diggle's going to react. My pitch is that he pees himself. Right there.
That's a great
I think so.
option. We got that. We got that. Can you try a different?
A different one? You got that before?
We got that.
Imagine a 3-minute scene of me just being like, "Are you okay?" And you're just heading your hands to this, and then you just look up, single tear, like Denzel, and just go, "She can fly."
I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. One cold tear.
One tear. We got
Bottom lip
peeing
quiver.
pants. Oh, lip quiver. Yeah.
Have they given you any info on this?
Oh, about the 4-show
crossover?
crossover? We just found out some stuff actually earlier. I mean,
Did we?
well, Wendy kind of let the world know that they'll at least it'll start on Monday night.
Supergirl's gonna kick it off, and then I go, "Well, yeah, because they're on Monday." Guess what? We're gonna be the third part. We're on Wednesday.
That was news to me.
Yeah, that was
you
news
know
to me,
what?
too.
Never thought about
think
it that way.
it's an opportunity that has never actually happened in the history of television.
Yeah.
It's 4 shows created by and shepherded by one guy, Greg Berlanti, the most prolific producer
Genius.
in the history of
Genius.
television.
Genius is an understatement. You can go over here.
Greg.
Is there higher?
No, it doesn't get higher. But I mean, that's an opportunity that we can't pass up.
Yeah.
We have to. It's going to be hard work, but the productions have built their schedules for it, and the fans will love it. And that's the important
Yeah,
thing.
more importantly, the fans are going to love it.
It's 4 hours of
And we're going to love it. You know, looking
Superhero.
back on it, when we look back at the crossover
big
now,
time.
it's just
Big time.
it's incredible.
also, especially because we were first.
That's right.
You were first.
That is right.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming by the show. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks so
It
much.
was nice.
Arrow returns on October 5th,
That's right.
and IGN Comic-Con will return right after these messages. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? I'm Terry Schwartz, and I'm here with the cast of The Flash, Carlos, Candice, and Danielle. Thank you guys so much for coming by and chatting with us
Thanks
today.
for having us.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys, we thought everything was wrapping up in season 2 on such a nice note. Barry and Iris finally having their moments, everyone having happy endings, and Barry was like, no, I'm just going to mess everything up again and remix The Flash. And we know we're doing Flashpoint, at least at the beginning when we come back in season 3. I know you guys are just back into production, but what can you tease of how Flashpoint is going to change the show as we know it?
Well, I think Grant said it best on Twitter. He was saying, we've seen the animated Flashpoint. We know what fans are kind of expecting, Jeff John's version of Flashpoint 2. But we're doing our own version of that. It's very different. So I don't want fans to get too excited about something they've already seen or read. We're doing our own spin on it, but I think fans will be pretty pleased with our rendition. Yeah.
My big question, too, because we saw Earth 2 in season 2, and that was a different mix on characters we knew and sort of their relationships and everything. How do you guys think Flashpoint is going to differ from what you guys did with Earth 2?
I mean, I think our writers are pretty good at constantly crafting new worlds and new relationships and new ways to explore those. And we in turn try to find fun and inventive ways of rendering those new worlds, you know what I mean? So I think fans are going to be pleasantly surprised at the different colors that we're going to explore in this sort of Flashpoint thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
This tiny little Flashpoint
There's some
thing.
cool takes on characters you love.
Yeah.
Cool new takes on characters that you know and love.
Have you guys already sort of gotten a sense of how your respective characters change? Are you guys excited about playing into that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear from the get-go. Again, our writers are amazing, so we have a lot of great material, but we also have a lot of fun on set, and we get to play with it and expand and sort of make it our own, too.
Now, we were talking a bit, and I think Greg Berlanti even tweeted, which is going to be the first Greg Berlanti show to make a Pokemon Go reference. My bet's on the Flash right now.
I would agree with you on that.
I wouldn't put it past Cisco.
Yeah.
I mean, Cisco.
And it would be Cisco's line.
It
for
would
sure.
definitely be Cisco's line. I think I saw some people like sort of guessing how that would be. Are you guys playing?
We
Absolutely
played
not.
on set. Yeah, I think the first time we played was.
But I saw the screen caps of
Yeah.
it, but I refused to play that game. You know, I might die.
Yeah.
I'm scared that I'll get too consumed and like never look up from my phone. I'll be one of those people who
been
just
me.
like walks right off a cliff.
I've only played once. I caught a Squirtle, and that's it. We're working
that's
too much.
a high point.
Yeah.
Catching a squirtle, you're like, whatever, just a
Exactly.
squirtle.
She's like, I did it.
Yeah, I got a Squirtle. I'm good.
I don't condone this behavior.
Now, I know you guys have so much fun on set. What are you guys most excited about getting back into production and all being back together again after your hiatus?
We're back now. We're already
Yeah.
in full shooting mode.
Yeah, it's nice to feel, you know, our dynamics together as actors, and feel that come back to us. It's like sort of like we never left.
It
right?
is. It
is.
really
It very
feels
much
like
is.
there wasn't a hiatus. We stepped back for our first table read, and we were just like, weren't we here last week? We picked up right where we left off, and that energy is so important. So I think when fans pick up with season 3 Flashpoint, they're gonna feel like, you know, we never left.
I think it might be an understatement to say that there are some people out there who really want Barry and Iris to get together. They're really excited about that pairing. And again, to end season 2 on that note where they finally did have their moment. First of all, can Barry and Iris ever be happy, please, at this point? But also, like, what's sort of the fun of getting back into that relationship when you hit that moment, but now again are remixing it?
Yeah, it's great. I kind of knew there was going to be some, you know, pushback when we gave it to the fans, but took it away. But you know, that's what makes our show so great. The will they or won't they? But I think we can rest assured that we are moving in that direction. I think Barry, you know, he didn't forget that kiss. He's very much in love with Iris. I think he's going to do whatever he can to get back to her and try and make that relationship work. So I think season 3 will be about a lot of that, so fans can rest assured.
Now, we focused a lot on Flashpoint, but what have we not talked about that fans should get really excited about in season 3?
New villains, which we can't talk about.
That's correct.
What Tom Cavanagh's character is going to be when he comes back?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. The return of some old characters.
Yes.
Lots of stuff we can't talk about.
And Tom
Have
Felton
we-
this season.
And
Yeah.
Tom Felton, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Have you what? Have you what?
Have
What
I
are you gonna?
what?
What are you
What's
gonna?
that?
You were about to say that. Like I'm like,
You
say
got
whatever
real
you're about to
excited.
say.
Have you,
Say whatever you're about to say.
I think I have. It was a long night last night.
So Carlos has, right? That's our big.
I
scoop
definitely
of the
have
season.
blanked Tom Felton.
And on that note, that's the best tease of season 3 we possibly could give. Thank you all so much for coming by today
Thank
and
you.
chatting with us. We can't wait to see what The Flash brings back when you guys return. For all things The Flash and Comic-Con, keep it here at IGN.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, hi there. Welcome back to IGN Live. I'm Brian Altanum with Eric Goldman. I've got Melissa, David, and Tyler from Supergirl, now on the CW. Thank you guys so much for coming. How's
Thank
Comic-Con
you for having
so far?
us. It's a blur.
More importantly, we were just talking about Cards Against Humanity, which I don't know how deep we can get into on this show because it's pretty PG, but do you guys get to do a lot of cool stuff like that behind the scenes, like just hang out and play stupid card games with each other like that?
We never played card games
To be honest with you, it was pretty full on last season. It was quite hard work. But I think this season, I think now we're up and running. I think we're gonna have a bit more time to relax and chill.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you saw, Melissa, that people were so loving pictures of you doing mundane things in the Supergirl outfit. It was like everything was made like extra fun if it was just like doing that. So just have you playing some cards, you know, playing some video games, Supergirl. Like,
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
yeah, just keep it going.
You were saying before you had a favorite. I swear we won't make this entire interview about Cards Against Humanity. Or we could.
Bring it back.
You had a favorite card in Cards Against Humanity. Do you mind telling us what that is?
It's not one of the crazier ones.
No.
but I tend to find that it always wins when you play it. Several Michael Keatons.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a multiplicity reference, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What a
Very
great
good.
movie.
Yeah.
You were going to mention
Great
the other
movie.
car.
Oh my god.
No.
So Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Let's talk Supergirl.
Yeah, so obviously you guys are coming back for season 2. You have a new home on the CW, and you have a new addition here, playing a character that some people might be familiar with.
They're introducing this guy. They're trying it out. Yeah, they're going to see if it will go for it. Yeah.
Well, I hope this Clark Kent guy, finds an audience, finds some popularity.
I hope so too. I hope so too. It'd be really nice to see somebody emerge.
Well, for you, Melissa, after you kind of had to play one side of that relationship in season 1. There was some IMing going on, some messaging. So how exciting is it for you now to finally get? It's such an important relationship. Besides the fact that it's Superman, for your character personally, this is something so close.
Well, yeah, it always felt like something that was unfinished or unfulfilled for her, and it is such an important. It's one of her only surviving family members that doesn't want to kill her or take over the earth. So it is such an important relationship for both of them. I mean, she had a history growing up on Krypton. She knows things about the planet that he doesn't and didn't get to live through, and he's created his own superheroism in the world. So I think they can really learn from each other.
So you guys will get along great.
Totally.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, how do you approach, Tyler, it seems like overwhelming, like I will play Superman. So how do you approach your version of this iconic character?
I'm literally just approaching it like I do any other role. I think it's a different outfit, obviously, that you put on. But for me, I'm just trying to look at the guy, and that's really the way to do it. And costumes will give me something different to wear than maybe somebody else. But yeah, that's really kind of I'm looking at him having someone who finally is family that he can kind of connect with, and like I said, like understands him in a way that just like even seeing an old friend from high school or back in the days, like, oh yeah, we grew up in the same place. Like there's a familiarity there. So excited about that, and just try not to overthink it and do too much, and just have some fun with it. So.
I used to kind of geek out when I saw Melissa in her costume, so I'm going to totally geek out. Both of them.
I gotta get you one. So
well,
he's
got the shirt.
That's a start.
What about when Martian Manhunter, all 3 of us?
That's going to be awesome.
Come on.
Yeah,
that's just going to be awesome.
Then you'll really need a costume. Were you a big Superman fan growing up?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Superman, Batman, I love all of it. I get in trouble sometimes because I always say, yes, I like DC and I like Marvel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up with all that stuff, and it's fun. I mean, as a kid, you look at them, they're your heroes. It's who you want to be. So it's a little surreal.
I was going to say, this has to be completely bizarre, right?
For sure. And I think maybe that's part of it, too, is I haven't fully sunken in yet, which is kind of nice. It's like eventually, maybe when I actually see it on the screen, like, oh yeah, we're flying. That'll be weird.
But
for now, to me, I still don't believe it.
Well, because like every kid takes like a blanket or a towel, they put it behind their shirt, and they just start jumping off the couch until they hurt themselves.
Oh yeah, my brother broke his arm doing it. So
exactly,
I know exactly.
But a very, very, very small percentage of them grow up to actually play superheroes on TV or in movies. So that's just
kudos to the 3 of you. Cool. So for John, he got sort of accepted fully at the end of, I don't know, say fully. There might be some holdouts, but at the end of the first season, much more. And there's such a great relationship between these 2 characters with Kara and him. So will we see, what he makes of Superman, a fellow alien?
It's quite interesting. The first couple of scripts are very, very interesting, and they tell a little bit of backstory. So I think you're going to see a developing relationship right off the bat, and it's really exciting.
And, we joked about it, but I would imagine we might see the 3 of you all suited up, caped up.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Although I do have the biggest cape.
Do you?
I do.
So, is it kind of just surreal, like you said, you seeing her in costume, but then you've got a costume too, and just the fact that you guys are getting to sort of do this, like as kids, what we all dreamed about. Just like, okay, we're going to come to set today and have a scene with these. I'm serious. When I first saw her in a walk onto the set, you do kind of double take and you go, wow, this is a superhero show, and it's pretty cool. It's a really cool.
There are days where we're like positively giddy.
Yeah.
Literally, we'll just be like.
And then a lot of like hanging on wires in front of a giant fan, just like, yes, this is amazing.
We called cut, Melissa. I don't care.
I'm still flying.
Now you are on a new network with some shows that are in the family, the Berlanti/DC family. They've said there's a big mega crossover coming. Have they given you any info on how that's going to happen story-wise? How many people would be involved? Say a certain gentleman to your left,
I can't even comprehend how they work all of that out since it's 4 shows.
Well, it's a
But-
pan-dimensional multiverse, so it's
Right.
Totally, yeah, everyone got that. First grade stuff, really.
I'm gonna write that down for later on. Pan-dimensional.
But I think that the prospect of it is so exciting, just simply for the, like, when do you get to see all those characters interact with each other and, like, I'm so excited.
No.
I loved doing the crossover last season with Grant, and the idea of doing that with everyone else is mind-blowing. Like, I don't know how that's going to feel.
Yeah, I think people are pretty excited for that. Have they given you guys any hints if you might be involved in said crossover?
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I say nothing.
Although I have to say, there's a pretty cool fight in the first couple of eps, and that's going to be awesome to shoot because we're all involved, and it's pretty cool.
We know you're going to be in the first couple episodes, Tyler. Beyond that, how much might Clark be paying his cousin a visit?
I know as much as you know, so that's about it. I'm back to one of those shows where like we're kept in the dark a little bit, which is fine because it makes us easier. I don't have to lie to you guys. I just genuinely don't know. So we'll see. It seems like so far. I mean, these guys are obviously great. Already kind of feel like I've been accepted, which is awesome. And so, yeah, can already tell. It's been great. So I hopefully can do more, and we'll see what they have in store. So
you left off season 1 with this other pod coming down. You had quite a shocked expression on your face. Anything you can say about what we might find in there? How quickly we'll find out what's in there?
Do you know what I've joked about? Because we were doing the whole, what's in the pod? What's in the pod? So it was actually Kevin Spacey as John Doe from 7.
Wow. That's a crossover I did not see coming.
So it's a head. That's
Taking
horrible.
a dark turn.
Right.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
You know, I think that's really, people really appreciate the lighthearted the tone that you guys have had on your show. So yeah, just spin them around and scare 'em away.
But besides Gwyneth Paltrow's head or Kevin Spacey, anything else you could possibly hint at what might be in there?
I'm very excited about the storyline that's coming from the pod. I think it's really interesting and cool, and people will like
I
it.
think you can confirm it's not Gwyneth Paltrow.
No. And pivoting off that, also you guys introduced Project Cadmus as a entity last season, and the Berlanti DC shows have definitely proven that they don't hold back. If they set something up, they're going to go for it. So I think we're going to be delving a lot into that. Could that possibly, maybe down the line, involve a younger gentleman also wearing an S on his shirt? Where could that go?
I think with as you say, with the Berlanti universe, it could literally go anywhere.
Yeah.
And what's great about moving and going onto the CW is I think it's just got the feel of it now just feels just more, I don't know, more comic booky, but it's just got more authenticity. So we're all very, very excited about being on the CW and where we can push the show.
All right. Well, Supergirl is back October 10th on the CW. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head, not part of the show. So don't worry about that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys so much. This is IGN at Comic-Con 2016. We're doing this all day long, so don't move.